Hi, atheist, all the atheists of the world, especially Sam Harris, Lawrence Krauss, Richard Dawkins, and many, many more. I'm going to be your worst nightmare. So get ready, atheist. Get ready. Had enough. So, for all nation, all the New Testament ministry. Today we'll talk about a book, A Universe from Nothing. Can you see all this? All right. A Universe from Nothing, written by Lawrence M. Krauss. And this book, this is where the heading is, right here. Why there is something rather than nothing. A universe from nothing. Now, let's see in the back. Praise for a universe from nothing. In A Universe from Nothing, Lawrence Krauss has written a thrilling introduction to the current state of cosmology, the branch of science that tells about the deep past and deeper future of everything. As it turned out, everything has a lot to do with nothing and nothing to do with God. This is Sam Harris. He's talking about this book. That's another atheist who wrote his book, The End of Faith. I'm coming on that too. So I'm not leaving you alone. Sam Harris, you are on my schedule today with this book. Now here, this people I want you to know. Now, where in the world, first of all, a universe from nothing. A universe from nothing. That phrase, literally, in the Bible it says, who says that? The foolish, the nonsense would say that a universe from nothing or there is no God. So in this book, that he wrote this book, and then of course Sam Harris and some other, talking about, oh yeah, and then especially, the deep past and deeper future of everything. The branch of science tells us about the deep past and deeper future. Now have you ever found out anything about cure of cancer or coronavirus right now going on? Okay, I want to know, what about the black energy or dark matter? Did we find anything yet? Anyway, so that's not even the question. So I'm coming, what my target is, the atheist. I want to talk about what atheists are doing in this 21st century here in America and all over the world. So, for Sam Harris and especially for Lawrence Krauss for this book, if you read this book, and I know there's a lot of people who read this book, and the one who gonna go read that book, for this Lawrence Krauss, and for The End of Faith for Sam Harris, and then of course Richard Dawkins for the God Delusion and some other many books he has written, and some for many, many more atheists. Now I'm gonna today tell you that I'm gonna diagnose them. And we actually all gonna diagnose them. And once we diagnose them, we will know what sort of disease they have. And that disease is actually diagnosed by, here in America, the one who diagnosed, you will see that in a second, that what I'm talking about, how we're gonna diagnose them. And how they are mentally, I just can't think of what word I really bring for them, I would say really mentally disordered. These people, and especially writing this book and then calling this a universe from nothing, and all the garbage in this book, he talking about all the theories and all this. No, don't take me wrong, something good research and all this is always good. But the coming up with, with this book and talking about, why there is something rather than nothing. What are you talking about? How the world you are going to talk about a universe from nothing, or why there is something rather than nothing? Seriously? But anyway, let's do that. Let me diagnose them. How in the world they are mental disorder. So here we have, it's called Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorder, DSM-3. Now this is just DSM-3. I know there's a DSM-4 and I think 5 is already done there too. So we don't even need to go there DSM-3 and 4. This DSM-3 is enough. Now this DSM-3, Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorder. So ladies and gentlemen, this book has tons of mental disorder diseases. It's talk about individually. You can get this, buy this even from Amazon, and you will know it that Lawrence Krauss, Sam Harris, Richard Dawkins, Michael DeGarza, all these people, they fall in this category. Mental disorder. So you can find them here. All the I would say all in this all the mental disorder diseases are in this book. Probably beyond that, the mental disorder these people are, these atheists that he's talking about in this book. And then my main focus is why in the hell they talk about then God. Where this God theory come there? Stephen Hawking, he talked about God in his book. Carl Sagan, he talked about God in his book. And now we have this guy, he talked about in his book God, a lot about that. Now then we have this guy right here, Sam Harris, The End of Faith. I'm going to talk about that before in a second. And then we have this guy there, Christopher Hitchens, late Christopher Hitchens, that God is not great. So let here first talk about this book and finish them. Now Sam Harris, as he mentioned about in this book, so a great past, and there is no way you atheist will ever find out anything about the universe. Not at all. There is already out there, fine tuning out there, the elegant design there out there. So you should know, Stephen Meyer is told enough, you guys, that should be enough for you guys to know it and to understand. But anyway, here I am again. So this book, as Lawrence Krauss talk about all the rubbish in this book and all this is, which is mental disorder. So we don't want to talk about all this more, but let's come to Sam Harris. So Sam Harris, you are talking about the end of faith. I would say this is the start of faith. You should say that, not the end of faith. This is atheist, though you guys don't believe in faith, but this is the end of faith for you, atheists, not for the other religious people. So end of faith, religion, terror, and the future of reason, Sam Harris. And okay, look at here. At last we have a book that focuses on the common thread that links Islamic terrorism with the irrationality of all religious faith. The end of faith will challenge not only Muslim, but Hindus, Jews, and Christian as well. Oh really? Just because in this book, all the news from ages, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, and some all other news from, and BBC of course, all the news Sam Harris read and all this, and in this book he put it there. And when he put it there, then he talked about this is the end of faith. Why would you attack the Hinduism and Islam and Christianity? Why? Who gave you right that? And if, let's say, hypothetically speaking, you going to be a neuroscientist, or you are, so I want to know that where in the world for you to say that end of faith, and why you guys attack on people religion? What they bother you or anything to atheists? Has any religion in the history bothered to the atheists? I like to know that. So why in the world then the same guy, this guy right here, he's talk about same thing. He get all the media news and all this, and he become the greatest speaker or talker because you focus attack on people religion. Seriously? On Islam especially? This book is full of against the Islam. This book is also against Islam and any other religions. I don't get it. How in the world, what are you trying to prove? A universe from nothing, and then all the religions are not great, and seriously, and atheism is great? Sorry to say that, Mr. Atheism. Then you want to talk about free will? Well, we'll talk about more stuff. This is just my introduction that I'm saying atheist. I'm back, and run as far you can run. I'm not going to leave you alone. Richard Dawkins, I haven't mentioned a lot about you yet actually. So I haven't mentioned nothing about none of them, but this is just some of the garbage introduced. I had to do that. But there is so many in my mind, and there's a lot to talk about them. But right now, this is what it is: mental disorder. These people are mentally, totally mentally. And this is same how all the atheists are. I would say that they are. I know some good atheists. I know they have some good friend, but they are not. But the mostly atheists are like that, mental disorder, and want to talk about other people's religion. So stop that to talking against about people's religion and find the reality, and stop talking about the God. In every book you guys mention about God. So if you don't believe in God, how the hell you bring that topic? Seriously? I'll get back to you guys.